Other work from home positions really had a mental toll on me because I wasn't sticking to routines. I was just, yeah. So I'm excited to be able to see how I can stick routines to this one and move forward. But hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany with Bits of Brit Leveling Up. I try to post new videos about my leveling up journey with my mental, physical, financial, and spiritual health. I don't know why I'm being so weird all of a sudden. But today's video is going to be about my work from home position. It is 100% remote. I do think I'm going to have to leave my house for two things. That's returning something that they sent to me for my licensing exam, and then my fingerprints. And that is it. Other than that, it is 100% remote. So I am, yeah, I mean, yes, I've worked for work from home positions and remote positions before, but that was like, I had to go to their facility to pick up the equipment, but the stuff was mailed to me in a big box. It was kind of interesting. And with this job, I'm still gonna withhold the name of the company, just, just for, but like I mentioned, I did have to get some licensing because I am going to be working with people out of different states. So I do have to make sure that I am licensed, not just from Oregon. And so within the first week and a half, what I've been doing is, so the first 3 days that I worked, because we started on Wednesday, what we did was go through and like just do some basic stuff to set up our computers and get everything going, worked with IT if there was issues, and then we started moving on to reading some stuff for our licensing. And so Monday hit and we realized, well, we didn't realize, I mean, I think we knew, but like we thought we had more time. But we realized that, when I say we, I'm talking about my training class also, sorry. We realized that the licensing was on Thursday. And so there was a lot to read. Like, this is with an insurance company, so we had to read about all sorts of things like car insurance, home insurance, commercial insurance, shipping, just like they call it marine insurance, like when you're shipping stuff across international waters, and just so many different things that we had to learn about. And I was quite behind, I'm not gonna lie, so there was a lot of stress within these last few weeks. But my original intent for this video was going to be like a little clip of each day of what I was doing, but by Monday I realized that I was just so overwhelmed I didn't feel like taking clips. But I do have some clips from the first week and of me setting up my computer, which was kind of comical because I was like, oh, I've worked with computers before, I can do this no problem. And then I realized I had 2 extra cords plugged into my monitors that didn't even need it. But anyways, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at how my first week went, and then we can kind of go into my second week. First day of work, working remotely. So let's get into it. So it is almost 6 o'clock. I do start work at 6:30. I do have my coffee started. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring a banana upstairs with me and get that ready or have something to eat. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my water. So I decided to open up the box before I get connected to my Teams meeting just so I can see. But now you can see in the background on my laptop, I am connected to our Teams. I'm going to go ahead and open up these things like one at a time just to kind of get an idea because it's overwhelming. Super excited, but overwhelming. This is going to have my mouse, my keyboard, my Dell Mini, which is going to connect us to our virtual private network for work so that we can keep things safe and private. And then this little box here is my Logitech cam. Those 2 boxes in the background are obviously the monitors, but before I start opening those up, I want to say this is the first time I've had 2 32-inch monitors for a work from home position. My previous position had 2 24-inch monitors and they looked used and worn down and older. So here in these ones, they look brand new. Everything looks super amazing. I didn't read the directions on how to put this one together, so I just started taking them out. And then I read the directions. So on the second monitor, as you can see here, I'm leaving it in the box, following the directions, connecting everything, and then mounting it and putting it together. I'm not sure if that's for like protecting the screen. I'm sure it is, because when I was using the other one, it took me a few tries and I kind of got frustrated with it, so I stopped filming. But as soon as I read the directions and realized what I was doing and realized how much easier this was, I just kind of, yeah, so as you can see, I'm just mounting it up now. And then I realized that I didn't move over the other laptop and that there's so many cords, or I mean other monitor, and there's so many cords, so I'm just getting overwhelmed. One thing I didn't know was that I did not need all the cords, because I guess I didn't read that far into the directions. So I struggle with it just a little bit. So I have so many cords here that are unnecessary and not needed, and I'm just kind of fighting with. And then I started putting the Dell Mini together. And as I'm putting the Dell Mini together, I feel like I'm missing a cord because I put one of them on my monitor instead of my Dell Mini. And as you can see, I finally have my directions in the back, but I think I was being naive and being like, oh, I've worked with computers before, I can do it, I don't need to follow the directions. But it is a different setup than I've used before, so I definitely am realizing that directions are there for a reason. But as soon as I go ahead and connect my Ethernet cord to my internet, I do go ahead and try turning it on. And then I realize that one of the monitors isn't working because I have too many cords in it. And it's just not right. So I set everything up and restart it a few times and just to see what's happening, and I can't figure it out. And then finally one of the other class members said that it was because there was an extra cord plugged in, so I go ahead and take it out. And well, good morning. It is the next day. As you could see, my equipment putting together took quite a bit more time than I was expecting, and then just stuff that we had to get prepared for. It was a little overwhelming, so I didn't end up filming me showering and throughout my day or whatever it was. So today's going to be a little different. It is already 6:13. I do clock in at 6:30, so I have like 17 minutes. I did go ahead and just, my coffee is brewing. I am going to go ahead and drink the same water. I didn't accomplish my water goals yesterday, but I was close. So I fill up my 64-ounce thing of water, try to have it done before lunch. I transferred in there because it's a lot easier to drink out of that straw than it is that straw. But yeah, today is not too much of an exciting day. Within training, we have our first week and a half of licensing that we have to do, so that's kind of what we're doing with work. But after work, about 5 o'clock, we do have a house that we are going to go view and tour. So let's go ahead and get this coffee made and get upstairs and start work. Okay, so it is about 9:15 and we're going on our first 15-minute break of the day, and honestly I'm probably just gonna lay on the bed. So it's 10:30 now, but since I'm working remotely, our head office or whatever is Central Time, so it's 12:30, so we are on our lunch now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few chores around the house, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. Yeah, so my first week, I thought that I could do it all. I was trying to create like a morning routine where I woke up, did my journaling, did some yoga, did some meditation, you know, just do all the things of that girl routine. And then I realized how overwhelming it was because I have to clock in at 6:30 my time because where I'm working, it's 8:30 their time. So yeah, we have to start 2 hours early to be on the same time with different time zones. So it's really overwhelming and really tiring because I've completely gotten myself out of that habit. Because prior to these positions, when I was working out of the house, my one job, I did have to be at work by 6:30, which was not a big deal. Like, I'm a morning person, I hope, I'm trying to be. But that was pretty simple. So waking up at 5 is not an issue for me. That's pretty simple. But because I haven't done it in quite some time, it's a little bit more difficult. So I have to kind of switch myself back into those gears. And I'm not gonna lie, the second week I did not wake up early at all. I think I woke up about, well, that's kind of a fib. So for the first 3 days, I woke up about 6 o'clock and I had to clock in at 6:30. So I had enough time to go downstairs and just make my coffee. No, the first 2 days. Nope, I lie again. On Monday, that's it. And then on Tuesday, I woke up about 5 and I got clocked in at 5:30 because I was so behind on my reading for my licensing and I was tripping. So I literally stayed an hour after work, like, not paid, but because I was so behind in my, like, don't know if I have ADHD, but I am 99% sure I've masked it my whole entire life, and that's why life has been difficult for me. So we're working on those kinds of interesting realizations, and eventually I think I'm going to go down to somebody to be able to diagnose me accurately. Anyways, long story short, where was I? Oh yeah, so by Wednesday, the day before the licensing, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning because I was like, I need to get this done. So I woke up at 4:30. I was clocked, not technically clocked on, but I was at my computer reading at 5, and so that's an hour and a half before my shift. And long story short, I was able to complete all my mini tests and small things to be able to allow me to take my licensing test. And then I did pass my licensing test the first time, the first try on Thursday, because we had 3 attempts. They said that we had 1 attempt on Thursday and then 2 attempts on Friday, so the total of 3 attempts. So they 100% weren't expecting us to pass on the first time because it's a lot of information, but I did it. I got a 70% overall. Isn't too bad because by the end of it I didn't really read. I was just kind of clicking through and answering the questions and trying to retain as much information as possible, but because my attention span is so short and things like that are so difficult for me, I just struggled a lot. So thankful that we have 10 weeks of training to be able to get that information retained and stuck in us so that by the time we are 100% working by ourselves, we have all that information. But within my position, sorry, I'm getting a little warm because I got excited. But within my position, I'm really excited because I'm changing careers 100%. I'm no longer going to be in the dental field at all. I'm kind of excited for that. And then, like I mentioned, it's going to be 100% work from home remote. And so I do want to get into a good routine. I'm only going to be working starting at 6:30 until next week. So then this next week is the last time. And then, like I mentioned, I'll be starting at 9, working 9 to 6 with an hour lunch. And it's going to be Tuesday through Saturday. So I'm having a little bit of FOMO of missing out on things, but I know it's going to be right so that I can have my time on Mondays to go to like my doctor's appointments that I need, or just get things done during the week without having to stress about that. So it's going to be okay. I'm rather excited for that. So I think that I'm going to eventually try to do a set morning routine so that I can, I mean, we've talked about routines. It's just, it makes life simpler, and that's what I want to have in life. I want to have a simple life. I'm going to be working from home, so I need to have some separation to be able to figure out life, work, and home. That's my overall goal, but I just wanted to kind of get a little idea of how I felt on my first week and a half of work, because it's been this crazy stress. Like, for a while with the background check information, like, I was mortified thinking that I wasn't going to be able to pass it because it asked me about some stuff that was dismissed in court. That's another story. But it was dismissed, but they wanted all of the information, like how much I paid for my the fees, the court fees, all those different things, and like how it was dismissed and what happened. And it was just super stressful. So I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to have a job because I'm not going to pass the background. But the place that I'm working for already pretty much cleared me. So I'm assuming that they're not going to waste their time if they don't think I'm going to pass. So anyways, that was great. And then with my whole licensing thing and me not being able to keep up with the reading, I was just so like, I can't believe this. I'm not going to get this job. Like, yeah, I have it, but there's still contingencies on it. Like, I have to be licensed in other states as well. So I was just super stressed and overwhelmed, and I couldn't figure out what to do. In the meantime, like, we were putting offers in on houses. That will be for another video to talk about budgeting and finances and houses, because I'm realizing that I leveled up in that way too. Life is crazy. I've been working so hard on so many things, and I haven't seen like things pay off until more recently. So I'm like mind blown that, I don't know, I'm just really appreciative. Like, I'm so thankful about my new position. I know that it's not going to be an easy job. And so the fact that I'm going in it knowing that it's not going to be an easy job, I think it's going to make it more acceptable for me when I go through difficult days with customers. But anyways, I kind of just wanted to get in here, have a little chit chat about my first week. This might not be the most interesting thing because I'm not decluttering or anything, but I thought that it was kind of fun to see how I able to do this, because I don't know. Prior to this job, my other work from home positions really had a mental toll on me because I wasn't sticking to routines. I was just, yeah. So I'm excited to be able to see how I can stick routines to this one and move forward. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna end the video here because I don't know what else to say, because I didn't record anything for week 2. But I appreciate you being here and watching this video. If you do want to follow along on my leveling up journey and all the things, how it has paid off and how I've been rewarded with working hard and doing the things that need to be done, you are more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next week with a budgeting video. I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.